everyone, welcome to another stream. Sorry I haven't been around much over the last couple of weeks. I've been busy, as always with Everbloom projects, but there's exciting things to come, so you guys can look forward to that. Hello everyone. So today we are going to be working on this little Velociraptor model I have here. So this is surprisingly enough for a new Everbloom project, and I'm just going to make a few dinos just so we can play around with the kind of style we want and, you know, what we're going to go for this new project. So right here I have a little Velociraptor, as you can see. Today what I'm planning on doing is basically just texturing. If we have time, I'll make a new one, who knows. We could do all sorts. The world is our oyster. Hello. If you're actually in hospital, funny lover XOXO, sorry Joseph, then I hope you're okay. Pluto's request. What did you request of Pluto? I don't believe if you did say something to Pluto, I think it's a complete coincidence. Right, so let's just get started. I've got to create a new texture based on this template, and we're going to compress it at the end because I like to have a bit more freedom and like space. If I screw up and I have to add things, you know, it's easier to work with if I've got more space on my texture. So let's just confirm, and here we go. So for this, I have just pulled up a few images from the internet of this little guy. Now, I'm not going the whole maybe dinosaurs had feathers like birds thing, because, you know, it's not the most recognizable version. Like, I'm going for the lizard one, the lizard versions. Oh, was it about me streaming again? Yeah. I know, I've been I've been busy. But it's just me and Pluto, we like share a mind, of course. It's what happens when you start streaming. We're all just the same person, really. Right, so I'm gonna get started with this. So as a base, we want a kind of a dark green colour. So let's use the paint bucket and cube. So I guess a kind of yellowy green look. We'll start quite dark and then we can always lighten it up. I have to remember to copy across these textures to the other leg, so it is identical. And these weird little claws. Same with the arm. You have a bloom hive mind. Yeah, in reality we're just one person doing all this work. I know, you never could have guessed, but I'm letting you guys in on a little secret. Right, so now we've got that base, I'm going to start colour blocking with this paintbrush with around about a 40 opacity, the sweet spot. We're going to go in a bit lighter of a yellow. So all these colours will kind of be like a variation of a yellowy green rather than a pure yellow or pure green, because it's not very realistic. I mean, I guess we don't really know. For all we know, they could be pink, but, you know. Just going to add a little bit of softness to my brush and move it up to 2. That's too much. Hello, Cedar Fox. For those of you who asked for me to make a dinosaur, I know this isn't really a dinosaur, but I'm getting there. I'm building up to it. Next time I'll maybe make something with wings. And piece by piece we will make a dinosaur. There we go, now I'm going to go down to 1 and add some detailing and make the shape a bit stronger. And like always, I'm always focusing on one side rather than the other. This is a dinosaur. Yes, this is a dinosaur. Like I said, I'm building up to doing a dragon. I don't know if I mispronounced it earlier, but it is what it is. Is this going to be another Minecraft update? I wish it was going to be a Minecraft update. It'll be for a map on, you know, in the marketplace, but it won't be official Minecraft, unfortunately. I think dinosaurs are a bit of a step out of the usual Minecraft animals. You earned yourself a retweet. Honoured, Janice. Yeah, maybe I did say that. It's been a long day, Mark. It's been a long weekend. I'm 5 minutes in and my words are already screwed. So now I'm going to add a bit more of an, I think, greeny colour into this yellow, as it's a bit too yellow. Give it some, you got yourself a dragon. I think when I make a dragon, I'm gonna make the craziest, biggest, most flamboyant dragon there is and go full out on it. If I ever do make one, that is. I did give my followers on Twitter an option to have me make a dragon. I did mention before about doing something a bit different because I recently hit 300 followers, which is something. So I put up a vote and most people, well, not most people, but the majority was mythical creatures over dragons. So that's what I'll be doing. And I know a dragon's a mythical creature, but I thought I'd give it its own option. So at least this time round it won't be a dragon, I'm afraid. Flamboyant, yeah. I'm adding these stripes down at back because the image I'm using kind of has these. It's a hard one because basically most reference images for the actual colourings are different because of course we don't know how these dinosaurs looked. I mean, it's fascinating, but we don't know. So, but I'm going for the classic green colour just because it's more recognisable. Every time the word Dragon falls, it's like someone's calling me. Struggles. My first model was a penguin, actually. One of my favourite animals. It was pretty cute, actually. I was pretty happy with it, considering it was my first model. Yeah, I know. It's tempted to do feathers, but that's not what people recognise. I think people would give me weird looks if I made a dinosaur map with feathers. I'm gonna bring some more warmth into this yellow. Hi, Ragnarok. Yeah, so over the next few weeks I'll probably be doing things a bit different. So I obviously was doing a lot of animals before, but I'm happy to say that that project is complete at last after a long time of making animals. That project is complete, all the animations are complete, all the textures, models. So it'll be going through the dev process before being released on the marketplace, and I am incredibly excited to show you guys more of it when it actually gets released. Hello, Thomas. So I'm going to bring some of these orangey colour up into the back as well. Hype for Biome Pack. Spoilers! But yeah, it's exciting. I can't show you guys the extent of the amount of work that went into Biome Pack, but when it gets released I will show some bits off a bit more than I have, so be excited for that. I think in total Biome Pack was about 250 animals. Spoiler stop! Everbloom weekend. That's the best kind of weekend. Yeah, we're trying to keep it on the down low quite how many animals are in Biome Pack. It's fine, Tom's the manager, so I don't get in trouble. Every weekend's an Everbloom weekend for me. All my life. You worked 14 hours yesterday. Oh my god. Oh yeah, of course, on the build for Biome Pack. Hello, Storm Gaming. We've got a lot in the pipeline, guys. Like, if you guys are interested in our maps, you should be hyped because there are a lot coming out soon. Hello, Anna. Anna was also a huge help in Biome Pack, which turned to being a bigger beast than I realised, so her help on it actually made it bearable. Otherwise I'd still be doing it now. Something huge is coming April 2nd. Something huge is coming April 2nd. I didn't really have much involvement. I think I made one little model for that actually. Anna and Monster did the rest. Hooray for Anna. Yes, props to Anna. But like the dev work on that is amazing. The build work, the game design. It really is something unique to the marketplace and Minecraft in general, really. And I know that everyone says that, but take my word for it. It's gonna be crazy. And very difficult as well. So if you're up for a challenge, look out for that. So I'm going to mark out the face colourings. I don't know. Your music is very quiet. Well, I'll turn it up a bit, but it is a bit funky. It gets mixed reviews, Tom. Let me see if I can turn my volume up at all. Nope. Wonder. Double the wonder. There you go. I should be a bit louder. The mouse? The mouse is nowhere near my mic. Let me see if I can reposition. Ugh. Getting sound tips from Tom. Gah. Always managing. Even on streams. If you get ear damage, it's just my way of having you remember me. That's your life. Everbloom manages my life. Everbloom just takes over my life. If you manage my life, can you do all my laundry and stuff? I'm a little bit behind. My ironing. Yeah, because of me, Dragon. Because I've made you turn it up so high. It will serve you right for opening another video and not just constantly watching me, like Tom apparently does. Two months ago, you had to wait over 5 minutes for my response. Maybe it's just because I'm procrastinating actually working. Ninja, how do you make that food effect? My ogre needs it. You mean having like a low opacity, so you have to click multiple times to get full colour? Is that what you mean, Wonder? So generally, I'll give you guys a quick tutorial. I'll take a light colour and colour block an area. And if I then want to get a fade between the two, I'll turn the opacity down to around about 30. Colour in between, and then I'll alt click on the darker, bring that in, alt click on the lighter, bring that in, and keep on going until I build up a good fade. Like that. That's just a quick example, but honestly, I just constantly am clicking alt and going between colours, just constantly to fade in between. Let's just cover that up. I am intending on doing a tutorial for everything, for modelling, animating, texturing. It's just about finding the time to do it. Because like I've mentioned plenty of times, I am busy. I work full time and I work almost full time Everbloom as well. It's at the maximum, Tom, honestly. Like, I don't think there's any way to make it higher. This dino lives in the desert. I have no idea, seeing as they don't exist anymore. Does that include implementing all of that into the game? So, like, I can set up the packs, just not very well, and it takes me a few tries to get it right. So once I become kind of better at that, then maybe? Well, do I want to boost the desktop audio? I don't know how it sounds for you guys. Because it's so sandy. Don't judge it for its colour. So just to show you guys what I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at this kind of darker area around this eye. to kind of bring it out a little bit more depth. But if, you know, if I kind of get a better hang of what I'm doing in terms of implementing it into game, then I will. But oh my lord, Tom, micromanager to the stars. Joking, I appreciate your advice, don't leave. Hey Wacky. But I mean, if you know, I can't basically record a tutorial for actually implementing in the game, I could always just get a dev to do it for me and have a guest appearance. But I know people have been asking for tutorials, so I am intending on doing it. You know, I'm hoping sometimes this week I'll get the original recording done, but we'll see. Hi, Lil Future. Check your microphone is chasing you and not your face, actually. I was about to say, my mouse is on the other side of the desk to my mic. My mic is as close as I can get it. I'm booking the stream as management hours, so you expect to get paid for it. Can I book these streams as hours for me? Oh, Janice. You dog, you. You can't tell me that now. And not offer your services to me? Ugh. I was actually considering mentioning it to you to try and make that as a plugin. We'll talk. We'll talk, Janice. We'll talk. I'm gonna slide into your DMs later. Sorry, not sorry. I'm now just going to be streaming constantly, Tom, even if I'm not doing anything, and say it counts. So we're kind of getting there on this side. Yeah, Janice, you made a mistake of mentioning that in public. Can someone teach you how to stream? Mate, I can barely stream myself. I mean, ask Tom. He doesn't think I can stream either. Hello, Miguel. Something which I need to ask you guys actually is for suggestions for my new kind of video streaming project. As voted by you guys, I'm going to be doing some kind of mythical creature, but I need your guys' suggestions as to what that should be. Is it my voice which is too quiet or the background music? And Tom is Dutch, or is it both actually? I think I'm gonna have to get like a proper mic set up where it's overhead rather than on my desk, because I don't think that's helping the whole clickety-click noises. Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix is such a good shout. And a hippogriff. Oh, this is my issue. I'm just gonna want to do it all. Phoenixes are beautiful, and I can do a shit ton of feathers like the eagle was. Hippogriffs are cute though. So these stripes are starting to turn a bit yellow at the front, so I'm just going to bring some more orange into it again. It's because I think he looks derpy because he's looking backwards. Maybe it would be better if he was looking forward. Yeah. Hello, Splek. I think he's going to look derpy, whatever. But you're right, he did look derpy when he was looking back. Maybe he's just a derpy Velociraptor. Music and voice. Well then. I'll try and fix my sound for next stream. No worries. But right now, I just don't have the energy. This opacity thing has changed my life. Oh, Wonder, you're a mess. I need to make a tutorial, mainly for Wonder, because Wonder thought... sorry for outing you like this, Wonder, but Wonder thought when, you know, if he wanted to texture like around here and tricky to places like behind here and stuff, he would literally take this leg and just rip it off so he could get under it, rather than just hiding it with the eye. And I'm sorry for outing you, Wonder, but it was just too funny not to. But I guess it is just little tricks like that which you wouldn't know from just opening the program, but that did make me giggle a bit. Right, so now we've got the main body mostly complete. I'm going to start on the leg. For this it's mostly like this. It's got a few stripes going down it. You know, I could try something special and do like dots and do like crazy colours, but I don't know. Let's use this one for a bit. Do you prefer painting in Blockbench or ever use an alternative editor like paint.net for the texture? I personally prefer texturing Blockbench. When I'm flipping things over from this side to this side, I'll use something like Photoshop just to copy it across because it's easier than doing it by hand, and currently there isn't a tool in Blockbench for that. But if I'm just generally texturing, I prefer to use Blockbench, and then if I wanted to, I could touch it up in Photoshop, but this is, at least for me, far quicker and far easier than working out what orientation all the sides are, and, you know, etc. So I would always suggest using Blockbench for stuff like that. But I mean, everyone has their own preferences, of course. You make most of your models with Java, yeah. I'm glad I don't have to deal with drama struggles. Java. So I'm gonna make these stripes a little bit more discreet on the leg, so it's not too overwhelming and stripy. I'm going to have a little bit of curvature to these stripes instead of just being straight. Is there a keybind for hiding things? I don't personally use a keybind, but maybe there is. I don't know. Jammer struggles. I'm not calling you out at your streams, Pluto. Yeah, I know. I'm a bit tongue-tied at the moment. It's what happens when you work too hard, guys. Everything becomes a struggle. He's very stripy at the moment. I'm gonna have to limit that a bit, but that's okay. So the legs are a little bit lighter than the rest of the body. Visibility. They ain't doing nothing for me. Oh, I don't know why my keybinds are doing. Alt and click to set a keybind. Ah! What do I want to use? I use hash, I don't usually have to use hash. I hope that worked. Oh my god! Sorry Janice for screwing up your commands. I appreciate your help. That is very convenient. I'm probably going to completely forget about that I've set that, but that's helpful for whilst I remember it. There you go guys, tips from Janice himself. I personally wish that Velociraptors were fluffy. I know there's speculation about it, but I really hope it's true because that just sounds adorable. I don't know how you could be scared of something which looks like a giant chicken. I guess people can get scared at chickens. Now, something important to note when you are making models and you want to add animations, make sure you colour the insides and stuff, even though they might generally not be visible. Like this upper part of the leg generally won't be seen. When you're animating that, chances are it will be seen. And it will save you time later just to kind of predict where, you know, the sides are going to become visible. We've obviously never had a turkey run after you, IRL. No, I haven't. I just generally don't think we have many turkeys here in Britain. I don't know if that's just me not experiencing many, but sounds something which is definitely more American. But it's not a thing I usually have to worry about. Or a goose. In fairness, goose, what? They're pretty freaky, but what are they gonna do, eh? I used to use a lot of mouse keys and mouse bindings, but I found as I progressed, keyboard shortcuts are just as easy for me. So I've kind of gone off them. I used to be someone who wanted like 8 buttons on their mouse just cause, but I didn't actually end up using them much. So, wow, that's real creative, Janice. Wow, yeah, you're a comedic genius. Why are elements that... what? Jesus. So looking at these feet, they tend to get a little bit darker near the toes. Guys, I made a mistake. I should have modelled this. I would love this costume. Or this. Why are these the top results? So I'm going to make it darker between the toes and obviously dark for the claws. So let's make these claws nice and dark. Oh, a bit too dark. There we go. Those colours are kind of working. Just going to make the inside darker because obviously shading wise there's going to be some shadow on the inside from the main body. Let's move on to the arm before adding some final touches. Have I seen Captain Marvel yet? No, I like where I live. I don't really know many people at the moment because I'm not at uni at the moment, and I won't be until September. So the people around here I don't really know. So I haven't had really many people to go with, and the people who are here, who I could go with, are not interested. So, and I know, shameful, right? Like, come on, it's Marvel. Everyone loves Marvel. But unfortunately, no one wants to go with me. So, I haven't seen it. So, yeah. I've had some very mixed reviews about it, though. It's kind of a hot topic at the moment, I guess. And I will go see it. I've never been particularly interested in Captain Marvel in the comics, but she's obviously going to play a big part of the Avengers and the future of Marvel, so I am going to definitely see it, and I'm holding out judgment until I've seen it. Hello, Damien. What did you think of it? What did you guys think of it? I also don't think the actress has helped herself much by talking so much about it. She kind of digs herself a deeper hole, unfortunately. The new Shazam movie looks amazing. Like, usually DC isn't for me, but it does look good. You hated Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman? Ugh. Wonder Woman. Captain Marvel. Wonder? How can you improve yourself when you're not a good texture person? I think the biggest thing is practice, and I know that's very cliche, but it is. It's also about having a strong process. So what I think works for me is getting a base colour down, blocking out colours, and then going on to details and adding shading. So the order that I generally do it is colour blocking, adding some gradients and details, as in like the big details. Then I look into colouring, light, dark, shading, and then I work on the smaller details. Good night, Mark. Just spam noise everywhere. That's something I don't use actually. I always use a low opacity brush with some softness generally. To cover big places I usually do 2, maybe 3 max. Because even then, naturally using a low opacity already gives you, like, you know, some noise. So 30 or 40 is generally what I use. I think it's just all about practice, as cliche as that sounds. Get yourself into a process, find what works for you. If starting off detail works for you, then do that. If starting off doing block colours like me works, then do that as well. But opacity will be your best friend. And the Alt tool. Just clicking Alt and switching between colours. Right. Now I'm going to do this jaw, which, surprise, surprise, opens. Let me just move its pivot point. Can you make tutorials on how to do it? Funny you ask, seeing as I was mentioning earlier, I will eventually do a tutorial on it. Hopefully soon, but I ain't gonna promise anything. So let's start on the upper jaw. So these are obviously going to be teeth, but let's just hide the teeth for now and focus on the underside, which is going to have to be a bit darker. And there are plenty of tutorials out there for texturing, even if it's just pixel art tutorials, which can be quite helpful. Because in a way this is kind of like pixel art, just on a 3D canvas, I guess you could say. Yeah, it just looks like he has gums. It's an old Velociraptor, what can I say? Don't worry, I'm going to give it some dentures. So now I want this colour to have like some dark red into it as well. Please divide all tutorial into multiple episodes so it could be easy to see the video again and again. I mean, if you really want to watch me again and again, then I'll do that. But it'll basically, at the moment I'm planning on splitting it into 4 parts. The first would be a general overview of Blockbench, all the tools, just giving you a tour like what all of these buttons and icons mean. The second will be actually doing a model from start to finish. Following that, I'll do texturing, and then the final 4th episode will probably be animating. Maybe implement it into game, but like I said before, I'm not going to promise I can do that. So I just don't think I'm advanced enough to do that. I'm not very strong on the whole dev side of things, so that's why we have devs. But I mean, I'll see how it goes. But do watch out for that. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, etc. You guys know the rest. And then as soon as that gets out, I'll try and post it everywhere. Also make a video about optimizing models. You mean being anti-voxel? Yeah, I mean there's not an awful lot that I really do to optimise my models at the end, because from the very start they are optimised, I guess, and the fact that I try and use low amounts of voxels, low amounts of cubes, and I always optimise the texture as well at the end. But these are all things that I can cover. I made these teeth too big, they're chunky teeth instead of small. Nah, I'm not going to fix that now though. So, just trying to work out what would look best. Yeah, removing hidden faces as well. But really, I think I found at least, you know, as long as your textures aren't completely and utterly huge, doesn't make that much of a difference. Subscribe, ring the bell, follow, retweet, donate, share, and give me your firstborn. Fuck children, so no thank you. Yeah, I generally don't really like shouting stuff out like that because I feel so cringy, but it's the only way you're gonna know when there's a new video. Look at this little granny Velociraptor with their gums. So what I'm doing at the moment is just filling in white where I want it, and then once I filled in the white teeth, I will then use the eraser to remove the texture. No, Dragon Master, don't be like this. No, I'm not interested in children. No, I might want them one day, it's just I'm not. I mean, I'm young and free. I don't want to be tied down by children in the near future. Oh, it just sounds like so much effort. I'm too busy. think this is getting into quite a deep topic of conversation, but having children, but still. I do like children. It's not like I don't like children. I work with children all the time. I coach kids sports like cricket, rugby, and I work at a summer camp with kids. So I like kids for a certain period of time. Past that though, no thank you. I wouldn't want to have them constantly like a parent has to have. There we go, we've got some teeth going on. I'm just going to close it because he looks a bit dirty. There we go. So I'm going to have a look at these pictures again, just see what else we can add detail wise. How old are you? I am 21, recently just turned 21. In reality actually it was 2 months since I've turned 21, Jesus. I'm getting on guys, I'm getting on with age. Look how fuzzy this little baby is. Yeah, I'm 21, so I don't really have to think about these kind of things yet. I've got plenty of time. So I think I'm going to make these kind of stripes a little bit less obvious because I think it's a bit much at the moment. Maybe add some scales in. How old are you, Dragon? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, I mean, especially with, you know, as society moves forwards and we get older, and there's so much less pressure to have kids young. Oh, 95 makes sense. 23. Ah, 23 ain't getting on much, mate. You're fine. I'm just going to add some more detailing in the kind of scales. So now I'm just going to go over these stripes, make them a bit more discreet so they're not so crazy. And then I'll go back in and add some detail once I've calmed these down a bit. Yeah, I was born in 98, and the benefit of that is I think I can live in 3 centuries. How old are you, Janice? Don't say that, you're going to make me feel old. I already feel old. Like, I went out the other day for drinks and it was 10 PM and I was like, I'm ready for bed. I've lost my touch. So I'm going to try and get a bit more of a scale texture going on around here. We'll see how this works. Yeah, I know, right, Dragon? Janice is making all this modelling possible and he's younger than me? Oh. Makes you question what you're doing with your life, am I right? Giving him some racing stripes so he's extra fast. I reckon he said it before, but I don't remember it. Is it 20 or something, or 19? Can't be any younger than that. I'd be upset if it's younger than that. I'll take it personally, Janice. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to chill the stripes down a little bit. I'm glad you make a livelihood with it because, you know, you deserve it. You're helping all these other people. My profession. Now, I'm technically still a university student, so I study product design. So I guess my intention is to become a designer. Currently I'm on a placement year, so I take a year out between my third and final year to go out into the industry and basically work for a year full time. Hello, Raph. But in my spare time and any time I have, I do some form of MC work, whether it be modelling, building, whatever. I do all sorts. So it is kind of my profession in that this is my main source of income. And I plan on doing it full time once I finish university, and I'm actually going to finish my placement a little bit earlier so I can take Everbloom more full time. So yeah, I guess it is my profession. So we're kind of getting there now with it. Just checking that the legs have all flipped properly. Add some bit more texture to this belly area. What do I think about Hightail? I feel like I have this discussion every week, but I think Hightail looks great, and the more that time goes on, I do actually get more interested into it. At first I was like, ugh, another MC ripoff. And of course everyone being like, oh, Minecraft is screwed, ooh. It's quite off-putting because you're just like, ugh, it's obviously not going to kill Minecraft. It's almost like an extension of it, so for those who are fed up with Minecraft, they have this option, but you know, I think they both deserve to not be compared in a way. Like, both teams work very hard on it, and they are for different, you know, markets and age groups. I think Hightail's probably a more mature age group, and Minecraft's for probably younger generations. But I am excited for Hightail. Their models are beautiful. The texturing is beautiful, lots of inspiration can come from them. So it's great actually, and I know that they're developing their own kind of model maker, which should be interesting. I'm personally happy with Blockbench. Not kissing up to Janice or anything. But yeah, it should be interesting. And it'll be interesting how the community changes because of it. It'll be interesting to see if people in the marketplace and creators will move over to them or whatever. It should be an interesting experience, but yeah. Of course we don't know until it happens, but I'm excited for when it does. So this raptor is pretty much done. I'll just give him a look over. Obviously I haven't done the side, like always. But I'll leave that to future me to worry about. Let's have a look what else we can do with it. Like, I could make like a really colourful one as well, but I'm pretty happy with it as it is. I'm going to yellow these teeth a bit because that's not realistic. I mean, giving people, you know, stairs and slabs of some blocks is easier said than done, really. If you already have everything programmed and developed, it's not as easy to make huge changes such as vertical slabs. I don't think they'll ever add vertical slabs because it doesn't really seem feasible. They've recently been doing a lot. Like they've been adding a lot more, and they've been really listening, and I think they've been doing really good work recently. So I think they've been doing a good job. Like, we'll see. Yeah, there is more intention on probably Bedrock and i.e. Windows 10, Pocket Edition, whatever you want to call it. They are working on both, and yes, a lot of attention is given to the, you know, kind of Bedrock, because those are the growing markets, and you can't blame them for that. If you know, it's going to be more popular and they're going to get more sales, and obviously the marketplace, etc. Yeah, I feel like we do have these kind of discussions every week though. With that, I think I'm pretty much ready to call this finished. Obviously there's a few cleaning up things to do and etc, but overall it's there, so I'm going to save this. Line texture. Something I will just show you guys cheekily. So you might have seen as an image on this kind of stream, the thumbnail actually featured this, which is a skeletal version. You forgot the feathers. Maybe I will make a feather version just for fun, but this is basically a skeletal version. Why? I don't know. I thought it would be cool to do, try out. Maybe we'll integrate it into Minecraft at some point. Oh, it's missing its right foot. Oh god, someone's maimed it. Someone's stolen some of the bones. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. Just put a finger over that on your screen. You don't need to see that. So here is the skeletal version. Now with this, I did some, you know, some interesting things with the transparency. I have also tested out making these ribs see-through, but I feel it just makes it so much messier, and you know, you can't have anything hidden inside. So my personal preference is having the solid body, even though it's maybe not as accurate. That's what I've been up to with dinosaurs recently. And with that, I think I'm pretty much ready to finish the stream. So thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to subscribe and other common YouTube sayings at the end of videos. Find the link to my Twitter in the bio description, whatever you want to call it, below. And I will see you guys next week at the same time for some probably new dinosaurs, or maybe something a little bit special. I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, friends.